Good morning, everyone. Mike and Corey here on Friday. I guess I should have put on my red shirt because the markets are down due to primarily tariff fears again. And what we've got going is Trump has made some last minute adjustments right when we thought August 1st was the day everything was just going to be agreed upon. Um, I don't know if it's good negotiating. I guess we'll find out. The markets don't like it. But then also we are going to talk about the jobs report. And it seems like it would be the most important thing, Apple and Amazon earnings. How are our top companies doing? But sometimes the market gets overshadowed by news. So with that, this is a financial education presentation. You must do your own due diligence on anything you hear in this presentation. More disclaimer information can be found on ankerstarwealth.com, and the opinions expressed are mine and Corey's alone. So here we go. Here's the big news. Trump unleashes sweeping new tariffs in a blow to global trade. Of course, everything's exaggerated a bit. Sweeping new tariffs. Anyways, he changed some rates, adjusted some so-called reciprocal tariffs, ranging from 10 to 41%, which after hearing like 125% on China, I guess 10 to 41 seems kind of reasonable. But I think what's most interesting is he waited to the last minute to do this. And if you've ever been part of a corporate negotiation, at least on the company side, there's a lot of things that happen at the last minute around the deadlines. When I've been part of negotiations, usually the bad guy, the attorney that's the bad guy will say, we're definitely going to go past the deadline. Just prepare yourself. And I'm like, really? I don't like that. And nobody does. And that's probably why it works. So we'll see what Trump does with this. The government, the United States is the biggest economy in the world, really the elephant in the living room. So, this is what caused the markets to sell off. They were down a little bit on the Amazon, Apple earnings that Corey's going to cover. But this is what caused the sell off. And the jobs report, and I'm going to cover that next, maybe had a little bit to do. But so here, let me hit the jobs report. U.S. added just 73,000 jobs. They'd been expected 100,000. And really where the problem is they made adjustments back into the good news of June and May. They made adjustments afterwards and lowered it. So it's not as good back then. It was kind of surprising back then, actually. Anyways, the unemployment rate rose to 4.2%, which is what was forecast. And, I would say this is kind of what was expected right here, even though I know they make a headline that it's less, but this is kind of what was expected. And this may be the situation where pretty soon bad news is good news. Bad news, unemployment going up, less jobs. The good news, rate cuts. So with that, I'll just show you real quick the red numbers on the market. The Dow's off 530 points. I don't know, S&P down 1.2%, NASDAQ down a little further. Of course we don't want markets to be down and we want everything to go up, but this is kind of expected and not, a crazy number. So with that, more importantly, let's see how our key students, I use the students in the report card analogy. Yesterday we heard about our students of Microsoft and Meta. Well, today we hit the A's. We've got Apple and Amazon. So Corey, take it away. How are our students doing on their quarterly report card?
Mike, have you ever performed well on a test and still gotten a bad grade? Because one of them might be doing that.
Okay.
Here, let me see if you can see this screen here.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Yep. Woo! I'm on my home setup, so a little different. We're rolling the dice, and it seems like we got it. Okay, Apple reported their largest revenue growth since December of 2021. Just a tiny bit misleading, I would say, as a headline, because one, they mentioned on the call, there was some pull forward of iPhone demand because of the tariffs. They mentioned in the call that it wasn't it wasn't egregious or anything, but it was there. And also, this was not like a record quarter of revenue. So we don't want to be going and thinking that. But year over year, they do have a nice little number there of double-digit revenue growth. Apple is honestly going to need to find more double-digit revenue growth to continue seeing considerable stock market appreciation in their stock. They're still trading about 33 times earnings right now. I think the stock was up a little bit today. Here's how you think of that. If you invested in Apple today and they never grew again, it would take 33 years to get your money back. And that's, for most investors, that's just not fast enough, right? You want to get your money back a lot faster than 33 years on an investment today. And obviously companies grow. So that's why they get those premiums. But Apple's going to need to continue finding growth. And yeah, but the quarter was good. Tim Cook said on the call that he was open to some larger acquisition at some point. So, there's a lot of things there that people are feeling good with. It seems like actually the stock might be more or less flat with all the weakness related to what Mike mentioned a moment ago. And sales did actually turn positive in China in the quarter, which is huge. Mike, can you see the Amazon slide now?
Yes, I can.
Woo, I'm feeling lucky. Amazon actually had a great report. So they beat on revenue by $5 billion, Mike. Can
Just
you
5
think
billion?
of another company who could beat their revenue expectations by $5 billion in a quarter? It's not many. There's not many companies that could even think to beat revenue by $5 billion in a quarter. So you have some amazing results there. Amazon going into the year, Mike, kind of interesting. There was some cold water thrown on the stock. They actually projected single-digit revenue growth for the year. Well, they came in with, I think, 13% revenue growth in this quarter. Now you're saying, okay, Corey's talking all this good stuff. Honestly, this was a great report. Why is the stock down 6%? It could be some market-related stuff. It was up 2% yesterday going into the report. So, I mean, there's some of that's going on, right? It's not all isolated to today. There was some run up going into the report, and it was hovering just below all-time highs going into the report. But what might be the kind of the negative there is on Amazon Web Services, their cloud service. Revenue was up 17.5%, and everybody's pointing to those two other siblings, the Google and the Microsoft. Google grew 32%. Google's the smallest. Microsoft grew 39%. So it's kind of assumed at this point, Microsoft is the one taking share, kind of. Now, Amazon is the biggest by a lot. Amazon's actually as big on Amazon Web Service revenue as Google and Microsoft combined, pretty much. The math almost works out perfect for that. But, they aren't growing quite as quickly, and they have a bigger base. So it's sort of a weird sentiment thing where people just like the 39% revenue growth at Microsoft, even though it's a smaller base. So anyway, Mike, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Amazon kind of start clawing its way back here in the coming days and weeks. Has anything fundamentally changed? Absolutely not. It's a must-own company, largest online retailer, largest web, cloud provider. They're market leader in two places, and they have other businesses growing quickly too. So great company.
Awesome. Well, we'll use the report card analogy. It's kind of like you're the star student, but then there's other students right behind you picking your subjects, and the teacher's like, I think they're getting closer. So maybe the star student's losing a little bit of that luster.
Or know what, Mike, it's like it's like a group project, right? And the one person, Amazon's like the core, right? The foundation, he's doing his thing. And one of the other students has like a lot of improvement. So they get all the teacher, they get all the recognition, right? Like, you did so good this time. And Amazon's like, wait, I do good every time,
I like it. It's fun to look at them like that. So, well, Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend, and we'll see what Monday holds. Bye.